Happy Friday to my favorite third graders. Let's go ahead and do some problem solving today. Two-step story problems. I know they're your favorite and I can see all the smiles on your face as I tell you. Okay, all kidding aside, take a look at the materials you will need. You will need the pencil, of course, and pages 394 through 396. Go ahead and hit the pause, gather everything you need, get yourself a little snack, and turn those brains on ultra high power and come on back. All right, let's get cooking, good looking. All right, so let's go ahead and start with page 394. There you go. Let's go ahead and do some problem solving. It says paperclip problems at the top. And the reason it says paperclip problems is because they're basing all their questions off of a box of 100 paper clips. Okay, so that's what this had. This box contains 100 paper clips. Okay, let's go ahead and do some problem solving with that. So let's take a look at number one, okay? Number one says Mrs. Lopez had 3 boxes of paper clips. How many paper clips did she have? Okay, now before I read on, let's just go ahead and solve that first part, okay? That first part, let's identify with a number one. She has 3 boxes of paper clips. And what do we know about that box of paper clips? It has 100 in each box. So how do we find out 3 boxes? If one box has 100, how do we figure out 3 boxes? You are correct. 3 times 100. Or 100 plus 100 plus 100. Making it a grand total of 300 paper clips. Okay, so we know that Mrs. Lopez has 300 paper clips. Now let's continue. She gave 20 clips to another teacher. How many paper clips does she have left? Well, she had 300. She gave 20 away. If she's giving 20 away, are we putting together or are we taking something apart? You're right. We are taking something apart, so we would subtract. So she has 300. She's taking away 20. So we could use our number line. If you have a different way of solving it, if someone at home showed you a different way, that's okay. Do that. And let's see if we get the same answer. So we have our 300. Let's jump back 10. And that brings us to 290. And let's jump back another 10. And that takes us to 280. How many clips does she have? She now has 280 paper clips. Okay, let's jump to number 2. Using that same information, 100 clips in one box. Joel and his cousin bought 4 boxes of paper clips. How many paper clips do they have? 4 boxes, and we know that each box has 100 clips in it. So you could do 4 times 100, or you could just add up 100 4 times. So Joel and his cousin have 400 clips. I'm just going to put a box around that so it pops out. Okay, there's the first part. Let's see what we're going to do with those clips. Are we going to get some more, or are they going to take some away? They used 45 paper clips for a school project. How many clips do they have now? If they have had 400, they used 45. Picture in your mind what's happening. Did they take away from their collection, or did they add to their collection? You're right. They took away from their collection. So that would be subtraction. So 400 minus 45. Now we've done this a couple different ways in school. We've started with 45 and we've made jumps to 400. Okay, let's see how many jumps we've had. So if we're finding the difference between these two, let's find the difference between these two on a number line. So we would jump to a friendly number. We would jump 5 to 50. And then you could make jumps of 10. That would take a long time to get up to 400. I suggest a big jump of 50 to get us to 100. And now from 100 to 400 would be a jump of 300. So our answer for this problem would be at the top, 355. Now some of you liked jumping backwards, so let's try. I'm going to show you a different way, and some of you might be more comfortable with that. Using our same number line strategy, starting at 400, you would take away 45. So some of you like to work backwards. So jumping back 40 would take you to 360. And then jumping back 5 would take you to 355. Both strategies work. Okay? How many paper clips do they have now? Let's go ahead and record that. They now have 355 clips. Okay, two-part story problem. First we had to figure out how many clips they had, and then we had to take away the 45 that they used for the project. Okay, let's go ahead and jump to page 395. And let's try some more. Number 3. Tony and her sister had 500 paper clips. They found 15 more in their mom's desk. I'm going to stop right there and let's represent what that looks like first. So step 1, they have 500 paper clips and they found 15 more. If they found 15 more, you're adding to the collection plus 15. So 500 plus 15, you probably don't have to think too much for that one. 515 clips. Okay, so now we know they have 515 clips. Let's continue. They used 65 clips to make a chain. How many paper clips do they have left? So let's picture in your mind. They have 515, they used 65, you've got to figure out what's left. So when you use something, they're taking away, which is subtraction. So let's go ahead and do that. 515, and they're taking away 65. Okay, so when we subtract, we want to find the difference between these two. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Here's our starting point, 65. Okay, let's make those jumps, and we're going to stop at 515. So let's go get a friendly jump in here. From 65, let's go 5 more to 70. Okay, where's the next friendly place? You want to get to 100, so that's a jump of 30. Now we're at 100, we have to get to 515. Let's make a jump to 500. We just went 400. And now we made a jump of 15. So let's go ahead and put all these together. 400 plus 15 plus 30 plus 5. You could probably do some of this in your head. 15 and 30, 45. 400 plus 45 plus 5. Let's put these two together. 50. 400 plus 50 equals 450 clips. So let's go ahead and record that answer in a sentence. How many clips do they have left? They have 450 clips left. Okay. Let's go ahead and try number 4. Let me scoop this up. There were 200 paper clips on the shelf in Mr. Vega's classroom. 200 paper clips. He bought 5 more boxes and put them on the shelf. How many clips does he have on the shelf? Well, we know, this is what we know. We know he has 200 clips. We also know he bought 5 boxes. And each box has 100 paper clips in it. 5 times 100. So how many does he have now? With his new boxes, he bought 500 clips. How many does he have all together? Well, he had 200. He just bought those 5 more boxes, making it 500 clips. Put that together. He has 700 clips. Mr. Vega has 700 paper clips. Okay, notice how we're going slow. We're taking each problem kind of part by part, like this one we just did a minute ago. We stopped, solved part 1, and then continued for part 2. Okay? This problem happens to be broken up into 2 parts. We did part 1, now let's move on to part 2. Later, Mr. Vega took 28 clips. How many paper clips are left on the shelf? He had 700. He took 28 away. If you're taking away, you're subtracting. So let's try that. 700, this is what it would look like. minus 28. Okay, go ahead and try to solve that on your own. Maybe you're doing a number line, finding the difference between 28 and 700. Maybe you're doing another number line, a different one, where you're taking 28 from 700. Whichever you're comfortable with, go ahead and try, and then check with me. If you're not sure, go ahead and do it with me. Okay, so we have, for some reason, I like finding the difference and working up. I prefer this. I like going from 28 and stopping at 700. All right, so I'm going to get to a friendly place. I'm going to jump 2. That takes me to 30. Okay, now I'm going to get to another friendly place. I'm going to jump 70, and that brings me to 100. And now I can do my final giant jump of 600. My answer can be found the top of the number line, 672. If you're one of those people that likes to work backwards, and I know some of you like to do that, let's see what that would look like. 700. Take away 28. So you would probably go a jump of 10, a jump of 10, making it a jump of 20, bringing you to 680. And now finish off with a jump of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go ahead and count backwards. 679, 678, 677, 676, 675, 674, 673, 672. And that's where you would land. Some of you like counting up on the number line. Some of you prefer counting back on the number line. Your choice. How many paper clips are left on the shelf? There are 672 clips left. Okay, and there's some problem solving with paper clips. Notice how we went slow. We take it step by step. If you're subtracting, find the difference. Use those number line strategies to help you. Your work today will be to complete page 396. That's the back. Questions 5 and question 6. So go ahead and try those two. Take your time. There's a couple steps in each one. Okay, good luck.